The fourth option, which we don't recommend at all as DP, is to ignore coronavirus and just go full blast like Burundi and Malawi. That would be dangerous. Nevertheless, if we are going to review the law to accommodate scientific elections, it is should be based on science, not politics. Let me share with you a few facts. The recovery rate of corona victims in Uganda has been excellent. Recovery rate has been excellent. That is a fact. Everybody who has been tested and found to have corona has recovered. We have Councillor Naiga, who is a registered nurse. If I'm telling a lie, she should raise her hand and say, Longo Samoa Osebo. Number two, the risk of overloading our hospitals with coronavirus victims is now very low because the recovery rate is high. Number three, community transmission has increased, but it is contained. In other words, it is not alarming. Number four, coronavirus is now an imported truck driver disease. In other words, there is no corona that is found in any village in Uganda. Wherever it is found, it is linked to truck drivers. So it is imported. Number five, fatality rate is 0. Nobody has died of corona. I am informed that the Ministry of Health and the doctors are successfully treating COVID using the medicines that we know, e.g. hydroxychloroquine, which I think means liquid chloroquine. Then there is azithromycin, and then the usual antibiotics and vitamins. Pardon? Prednisolone. Prednisolone. You have heard. That one. Let the doctor say it. Prednisolone and dexamethasone. That is the difference between a professional and we, the traditional healers. Unfortunately, the Baganda have captured that one. When you're a traditional healer, even if you are naturally, they say, Msawo Muganda. You find a Lugwara being called a Msawo Muganda. So, that means we are not likely to lose anybody to coronavirus. I also wish to observe that nobody has recovered from an intensive care unit. They have actually been treated in the ordinary wards. That means the disease is not as acute as we think. Finally, all the patients who have been tested positive, the majority are asymptomatic. Their body temperatures are actually normal. They are not coughing. They are not sneezing. They don't have body weakness. You saw them doing press-ups the other day. The video which is being investigated right now. So, if the government is telling us that coronavirus is such a serious threat to public health to justify grounding borders, no carrying passengers, closing schools, closing houses of worship, then why go ahead with elections where in a polling station of about 500 to 1,000 people, you are going to have people sharing the same pen to tick the ballots, share the same basin, where somebody can breathe and cough, and you also put your head as you tick, and you have heard that the virus can survive for some hours in an environment, and the plastic can hold the virus. People are going to share the same benches and tables. People are going to hold ballot papers. People are going to share ink pads for those who want to use thumbprints. And people will be holding the handle of stamps. In short, theoretically, you would only need one infected person to infect a large number of people who go to the polling station. We therefore wish to challenge the Electoral Commission to do the right thing in order of our preference. As DP, we believe that the best thing to do right now is to postpone the elections until the threat of COVID is no longer a factor. That's our number one priority. The other option is to hold an inclusive national dialogue to build a new national consensus. This is intended to heal the country and unite it, and to build a bridge through a transitional government of national unity. Welcome, Mr. Chairman. So, everybody is talking about the transitional government, but they don't understand it. We are the ones who understand the idea of the transitional government, and we explained it very well to the committee. A transitional government means we accept that the constitution is already a skeleton. We accept that an election cannot solve Uganda's problems. We need to agree as a nation and give ourselves time to build a bridge to a more democratic future. Those two options, postponing the elections and the transitional government of national unity, are not mutually exclusive. The third option is based on our position as DP that the law does not allow the so-called scientific elections. The scientific elections, if held, would be unconstitutional and illegal. And we quoted so many provisions, including decided cases. We are going to avail a soft copy of this statement to all media houses. The Electoral Commission is saying that under the law, they are required to hold election, come what may. The Electoral Commission should have gone to the President and the Ministry of Health and whoever, and just stated the same information I've stated, and then told the powers that be that given the circumstances, we cannot hold elections. Before the committee yesterday, I gave the example of a pilot of a jumbo jet. Passengers have already checked in. They paid for their tickets. The flight has even been announced. The plane is ready, but the weather is very bad. Must the pilot insist that I'm taking off because I'm supposed to take off? Therefore, it would be a suicide pact. The pilot cannot just say, I am going to take off, even though the weather has been said to be very bad. Therefore, as a DP, we have called for more consultations. Fortunately, the NRM is the most stuck party. I saw Mr. Emmanuel Dombo biting his tongue today on NBS TV. Their delegates conference is over 15,000 people. They try to deceive themselves that they can hold the meeting using Zoom. Can you take Zoom to swam the border between Sebei and Kenya? where even internet network, you don't have 3G, you don't have 4G, you even the edge which is available is very poor. We also oppose the so-called digital campaigns unless the law is amended. An election is a very important activity, and as DP, we are not going to take it lightly.